How's life? Spoilt brats are those terrible children who have tantrums, they cannot resist any sort of demands from life or frustrations, and they are permanently unsatisfied. But spoiled brats are made from too much pampering. Now, what do we call pampering? Pampering is making life too easy. And there's a certain degree of tension you need to feel satisfied, because it makes you know a lot about yourself. It makes you know how strong you are, how fast you are, how clever you are, how resistant you are in general. Funny thing is, you can get the same symptoms from a child when they're being over-demanded or when they're being spoilt. You can get the same tantrums, the same anger, the same constant demands, the same etc., etc. You know what they're like. If we can find this wonderful middle ground where you are demanded enough as a child so that you feel competent, and at the same time not so much that you break, then you're going to feel like a wonderful child. And what we do not teach our children, nature is going to teach them. For instance, if I don't prevent my child from putting its fingers in the plug is going to teach him a different lesson, and it's going to be much harder. However, occasionally, and not in that case, we're going to have nature teach them the lesson, because they won't let us teach them the lesson. Now, when do we give in? There is a place where our relationship can be incredibly challenged by our child's demands, by our child's resistance. We always have two things going on at the same time. On one hand, we have the tasks that our child has to do, like load the dishwasher, or clear up their room, or do their homework. And on the other hand, we have our relationship with our child. If this relationship is enormously challenged by the tasks, I do strongly suggest that we look after the relationship first, because the tasks can be learnt later on. And also, we are not the only ones in life that teach our children those tasks. We can also let their teachers tell them off. We can also let their friends see how horrible their room looks like, etc., etc., etc. So we're not alone in bringing up our children. Our spoilt brats will be spoilt if we do not put enough tension in their lives. But if you have to choose between a certain amount of tension and ruining your relationship with your child completely, try to keep the relationship as clean as possible, which doesn't mean that you are a compliant parent. It just means that you have to be good enough, not too hard, because then if the relationship suffers too much, the child becomes an orphan. So there you are, and I'll see you next week.